Cleveland has come out with another iron, and it's one we're going to want to take note of. See which one it is next. Welcome back to the Golf Shop. Jim McCleary here, and this is the Golf Channel where we talk about golf club reviews, golf club repairs, and golf club fittings, all so your scores can go low, and where our customers become friends. Now, join us on Mondays at 17:30 or 5:30 p.m. Eastern when we do a live stream called What's in My Drawers Golf Talk, and it's What's in My Drawers in the Shop. And we talk about the same stuff. It's one-on-one. You'll certainly enjoy it. YouTube, Facebook, X. Should be good to go. All right, what did Cleveland just release? They released another set of irons, and they are the Cleveland Zipcore XL irons. Cleveland Zipcore XL irons. These things look good. All right, now, are you going to see them on tour? No. Are you going to see them in low handicappers' bags? Only if they can get over their own ego. Are you going to see it in everybody else's bag? Maybe. Maybe. Right? These are made to be forgiving. Now keep in mind, Cleveland's whole deal is to make golf easier, right? They have the Halo irons, the Halo woods, and that whole lineup, and it's all about easy to hit stuff. And this is giving you more, and this particular iron, the XL, is giving you more of a traditional look with those same characteristics that have been put into the club and been put into the other clubs as well. So what are these characteristics? Well, the first one is called Mainframe. All right, Mainframe, just like everybody else is out there, it's a computer-generated face, okay? This computer-generated face is different for all the different irons. And if you look, the shape is pretty different from, say, the 4 to the gap wedge. Now, the 4 through the gap wedge is going to be available in both right and left-handed, with a sand wedge available in right hand only. That doesn't bother me because normally when they do this, those sand wedges aren't really that good anyway. So that's where we're at. So they have these faces are in it. Now, in the 4 through 7, in every case, the technology changes after the 7 iron. So they are placing some weights out there that are to help with MOI. MOI is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is that when you get them off center, that they don't twist as much, okay? So there's a lot going on. It's just not slap a face on it and go. There has been some real design interest or design, we'll call it design expertise put into the golf club. All right, the next one is the Zipcore. Now the Zipcore is a little different. What Zipcore is it's totally not what I would have thought it meant, but it is where you take this piece of the club right here and you take away the steel and you implant a lightweight heavier or a lightweight stronger steel, a lightweight stronger metal. And what could that be? Well, it could be titanium. It could be, you know, along that lines, meaning that it's lightweight and it's tough. It's just not steel. Why is that? What happens when you do that? Now, from my point of view, what happens is if you remove the weight here, that means the center of gravity is going to come pouring out somewhere towards the toe, more so than if there was steel in there, because it's kind of that weight effect, right? And that's what they say. They say they put that Zipcore in there such that it helps with the design for where people most likely hit it on the face. They most likely hit it on the face towards the toe. So if you run the center of gravity out towards the toe, your off-center hits are going to be rewarded way more than if this Zipcore did not exist, okay? That's an important thing to know. Now, it's using a lot of wedge technology, and it's borrowing some designs from the Srixon area. So the next one is Zipcore, or I'm sorry, the next one is, all right, the next one we're going to talk about is Hydra Zip. Hydra Zip has to do with the grooves. Now this one, hey, the name actually works, Hydra Zip. And what that means is that the grooves are changing their width, their depth, their space, their coarseness in the 4 through 7 to try and take some spin off of the ball so you don't hit these high flyers and they just spin too much and they die in flight, like hitting a duck. Okay. At the 8 down, they get smaller, a little more narrow, a little deeper, a little more coarse. So you do have that spin because those are the irons that you're typically hitting into greens, and you want to hit them in there high, and you want them to have some spin so that they stop the ball. Okay. The last bit of it here is the sole, and it's got the V sole. That's what they're taking from the Xl line. The V sole has everything to do with turf interaction. The V sole is where you have your normal, the leading edge is normal and the back edge is a little bit higher, such that if you get into trouble that the back edge will engage and bounce you out. That's where that comes from. So the other thing we have to know is that it has a progressive offset, meaning that in the 4 iron it has a lot of offset, and in the wedges they have very little offset. So you have different shapes, which I like. You have the Mainframe, which is faces and weight movement for MOI. You have grooves that are changing from 4 to 7 and then 8 to the wedges. And then you have the V sole, and you also have the Zipcore so that you can miss it out on the toe and it will be just as friendly. All right, so we've talked about all this. So Cleveland has sent me the 7 iron with a KBS Tour Light R in it. Hey, let's see what that works out. So before we hit it, we go to the shop. All right, so first thing we do is we measure length. In this particular instance, the length came out to 37 3/8. It's supposed to be 37. Well, okay, that means that it could be the butt cap of the grip causing that extra length. Not a big deal. It was supposed to be 30 degrees in loft, and it was. So there's a check in the positive. The other one was it was supposed to be 63.5 for a lie angle. It was 63, ½ inch, well within the standard. We're good to go there. And it was supposed to be a D1 swing weight. It came out at D0. So all in all, this thing specs out really good. So it looks really good. It's made to be super duper friendly, and it came out really well. Now, let's go hit them. All right, so after a little warm up, I got 12 shots in just to give it a go, and what we found out is that it's like a tale of 2 shots. So one that I hit maybe just a hair heavy, and the other one that I just hit really well. So let's just see what they look like before we trim it down. So we get this. It looks like rain again, but from that end, from this side, not too bad. I mean, 12 shots, more to my inside than to the outside, and that might be more from the offset, so not too bad. I kind of like that. If we go and we look and see what the results are, we see that on average I'm 170 to 173. And that's with 12 shots. That's not too bad at all. I'll take that all day as an average. So we did really well. So on average, just a slightly negative angle of attack, slight draw, I'm getting about 3 yards a roll. Not too bad. Let's see where they went. Alrighty, again, we saw that we were doing the draw right over here. And now we're going to take out some of the small ones. So we're going to see what it looks like when we take out some small ones. So let's take out that one, and then we will take out that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. There we go. So as you can see, actually it's not too bad as far as consistency. And as it did, you saw where most of them were coming into my draw setting. This one is doing the same right at the 10-yard mark, with one getting away from me way out here. We'll call that the anomaly, but so far that's not a bad little pattern out there, excluding that one. If we go back and we see what the results are now, 173, 176. That's exactly where I would expect a 7 iron of mine to go. So it went right where I want. I hit it very well. The 140 is one heck of a shot with a 7 iron. Swinging around 82 mile an hour, so it's not like I'm, catching the earth on fire or anything. I would say an average swing speed, getting it out there for that. So that's where we're sitting. So if we look at it now a little bit differently, and we go here and save that one, a little bit more consistent, right? Just a little bit more consistent. So we go back, it's 173, 176, hitting it very, very well, just barely negative. It just basically say it was 0, and also landing in a very, very good spot. So with that in mind, let's go talk about how we really liked it or not. Okay, so I hit this thing pretty good, right? We out of the 12 shots, we had a tale of two shot making areas. We had one that started in the mid to upper 60s and landed in the high 60s or the upper 60s, almost 170, and then the other ones that stand in 170 and went to the mid 170s, except for that one shot that I just smoked. It was just a really good shot. So what did I think? The club feels good. You're not going to hit diggers. I only got stuck once, and that was me. That wasn't the golf club, that was me. As a whole, even when I hit them a little bit heavy, which was the 160 shots, I still got rewarded, right? 167, 168 for the 7-iron, just shy of 170. That's a heck of a 7-iron, okay? I'd like to see it closer to 170 to 175, which I did when I hit them correctly, okay? Now, dispersion-wise, it wasn't as good as the Halo. If you looked at my other video, the Halo came in nice and tight. This one was a little wider, albeit though, this one went a little bit further, I think. So, is it a decent club? Yes. Is it for everybody? No. It is probably going to be more for your beginner, average, or even above average golfer, particularly one that comes down heavy into the turf. So a lot of folks could use this because this offset is not gross and it gets smaller as it goes down. It fits a lot of bags, right? It fits a lot of bags. So if you're going to do and you're going to buy these golf clubs, then what you really want to do, number one, is go get fit. Understand what shaft you need, what these langles need to be, what the lofts need to be, what the length needs to be, flexes, weights, the whole 9 yards. And make them so that they're tailor-made to you so that you can enjoy golf and watch your scores go low, right? And if you do that, I think you'll enjoy these clubs even more, right? Even more. So if you like what you saw, hit the like, hit the subscribe, put some comments down in the show notes. And as always, let's see your scores go low.